Yeah, NBA Straya, how are you going? Hey, are you good? You should be. Why is that, Jim? Well, the NBA playing games rocked. That was so much fun. Those games were awesome. We're going to talk about them on today's NBA Straya because basketball, give me the ball because I want to dunk it. Yeah, this is NBA Straya. It is Hump Day, Wednesday, April 15, here in Larry Armour Studios, and I'm here to tell you that if you hate the play-in, you hate fun things and you should be fired into the sun. That's it. We're going to talk out all the guff from those two playing games. It was awesome. Got a little bit of news. Got the game wraps. Got That's Not an iPhone Made No Made. Spud of the Night. Better than Lonzo Ball. Our daily NBA awards. We've got some quick yeah-nahs and unpopular opinion of the day in Outback Takehouse where we're serving up a flame-grilled take. There is, I believe, an Andrew Gay's Great Mum Award for outstanding achievement in the field of excellence, and then a pick and preview for tomorrow's other two playing games, which, that's a hard act to follow, right? Today was so good. So without further ado, let's get into it. Episode 1381 of NBA Straya. Let's go.
This is Josh Giddey.
G'day, this is Andrew Gaze.
This is Jack White.
This is Joe Ingles.
This is Dyson Daniels.
This is Chris Anstey.
This is Matthew Delvedova.
This is Shane Hill.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
And you're listening to NBA Straya.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening and watching NBA Straya.
This is NBA Australia. Let's do it.
Watch out for the Shaq attack.
Oh, you better watch out for the LaMelo attack. If you Bam Adebayo, that was an absolute dog act from old Bucktooth McGee there. Oh, I've got too many teeth in my head, LaMelo. Oh, don't know how to drive a car, LaMelo. Play-in game winner, LaMelo. But still, dog act. We'll get to that in a second. But geez, no one's happy with him apart from like Hornets fans. Let's start today's show the way we start every show here at NBA Australia with a daily whip around. There you go. Is it a whip around, Jim? Yes, it is. A couple of little bits and bobs. Basically, we've had Lakers chatter with the Lakers. The Lakers aren't giving any updates on Luka or Austin Reeves. They're out indefinitely. JJ Redick keeps repeating. So he's like, I'm not going to give you any updates for another week. Shut up. Leave me alone. I'm just come on. You're asking questions I've already answered. Okay, JJ. So that's certainly something. They've got that Houston Lakers series will start not till the weekend. So there's at least a little bit of time, but you'd still not expect Luka or Reeves to be back anytime soon, I reckon. So yeah, it's a bit of a rough one. They are the last game to roll off on our Sunday. So the first day of the actual playoffs, their Saturday, our Sunday. So yeah, don't get too excited, I reckon, Lakers fans. Speaking of which, Steph Curry. Oh, geez. On a minutes restriction for this play-in game that they've got tomorrow for the Warriors. That's not great, is it? It's also what are you saving him for? It's a knockout game. That's not good. So, yeah, that's kind of funny. It's obviously a must-win. You got 3 players on a minutes restriction with the extreme zinger meal. Is he supercharged, Jim?
Supercharged Zinger Burger.
No, because he, Al Horford, and Steph all will play fewer than 40 minutes. I love that. So just play 38, whatever. So that's kind of funny. And then the last little bit was that I think Joe Dumas faced the media. He was like, yeah, we've got no intention of trading Zion this offseason. We look forward to working with him again next year. All right. Yeah. Well, the cool thing is no NBA team has ever come out and said we're not trading a player and then traded him. It's never happened. Never, he says. Never. Right, let's wrap up some games. The play-in tournament started today. It was awesome. Let's do some game wraps. Game wraps. That's it. What a way to start. Overtime, Charlotte hosting Miami, 127-126. It comes down to the final 2 plays. The Hornets hold on thanks to and despite LaMelo Ball. What a world. He's at one point he's trying to sink him and then he's trying to save him. It's the entire LaMelo package. This was a really crazy game. So obviously it goes to overtime. Jim, it's a crazy game. But talk about a game of runs. My Lord. So there was this great flight. Miami kind of had them, almost where they wanted them, I feel like, for the vast majority of the game, right? Charlotte led after the first quarter. Miami led off at the half by like 2 or whatever. And then it's this sort of crazy flurry at the end of the third quarter where Charlotte just take control of the game. They go from being down 5 with 4 minutes to go in the third quarter to being up 6 heading into the fourth. Like, whoa, what just happened? They're looking pretty good, this Hornets team. This is what they do. They're just going to run over the top of them. That's how the Hornets were. Nope. Because the Heat went on a 12-0 run and took complete control. Hornets were taking some horrible shots in that time as well. 5 minutes to go, there was a big moment that I really, really, really wanted to highlight. Davion Mitchell has this 3 that rattles in and then pops back out. And that would have made it 105-97. And instead, it goes back up the other way, and it's a 6-point swing because Miles Bridges, that big old piece of shit, gets an and one. And suddenly, instead of 105-97, it's 102-100. And you're like, ooh, look out. Charlotte have still got a chance here. And that sort of gave them a little bit of belief because they're straight back within, like, instead of it being a 3-possession game, suddenly it's literally a 1-possession game. Hero hits a 3 after that with about 2 and a bit left. And the Heat go back up 6. And you're like, oh, God. And up until this point, it had been Miami's like resilience and like being able to take a punch and then like counter punch that had been the defining kind of part of this game, I think. And that's just great coaching from Spud. It's just how the Heat go. And because Bam had gone out early with that dirty dog LaMelo act where he literally tripped him before he got back onto the ground and Bam goes pang into the ground, goes out with a back injury. Spo reckons LaMelo should have been tossed, and I completely agree. There was an absolute dog act that LaMelo, because I keep saying this, as exciting as he is, he's as dumb as a bag of bricks, right? There's just nothing going on. Like, if you had a quick live feed into LaMelo's brain, it'd be like cocaine and Monster Energy in one of those, and throw a Mentos in there, right? That's all it is. There's no critical thought. He is just an absolute dead set moron. But wow, can he play basketball. So they get this big Bridges 3 after that. 1 minute 12 left. It's 111-108. There's a free throw in there. Spindles Miller hits a huge 3 with 18 seconds left. They go really quick, which I think was pretty important because it allowed them to get, they actually then burned some stupid clock fouling Hero, who then hits a couple of free throws. And then you get the Kobe White moment. The falling over on the sideline, bang! And it's these moments where you're like, why is Eric Collins not calling these games? They're absolutely insane. Oh, LaMelo! That guy from the Charlotte Hornets broadcast, he and Del Curry have been fantastic all season. And I've sort of mentioned this. I talked a bit about this, about how when it's him losing his absolute mind in a February game against the Wizards, you're like, all right, mate, just settle down. But in a moment like that, it would sing like the choir of Vienna, right? This is how it'd go. That's what it would be. It'd be absolute basketball perfection, but instead we've got like the Amazon call and you're like, this is certainly something. Anyway, Kobe White hits this insane thing, ties it up, bang. Hero can't get his shot to go. We go to overtime. They start off with that Mitchell miss. Brandon Spindles Miller had a very nice turnaround jumper in there, sort of like just inside the elbow. Beautiful one. LaMelo gets beat on D. He's just asleep. But then he throws his sick oop to Brandon Miller on the baseline. Bang. And this is like the Eric Collins moments are just coming thick and fast at this point. And that's huge, right? It's a minute 23 to go. They're up 5 all of a sudden, 123-118. They have a bad possession, burning the clock. There's an air ball shot. Davion Mitchell gets a layup going back the other way. It's 123-120. LaMelo then hits the travel shot, right? There's like 26 seconds left. He's just screwed around, drives, throws up this little bunny after he takes quite literally a bunny hop off his left foot. Last time I checked, travel, but here we are. Then Hero hits a corner three, and you're like, Jesus. LaMelo turns it over, then fouls Hero on a three-point shot. Suddenly, from up 5, with like 26 seconds left, the Hornets are down 1. It's the most Hornets thing imaginable. LaMelo just does the most boneheaded tone. He's just super lackadaisical in true LaMelo fashion. Turns it over and then fouls Hero shooting 3. Hero hits all 3 of the free throw because he's a gun. And you're like, this is the absolute just epitome of a LaMelo Ball game. He does the dumbest shit you've ever seen anyone do on a basketball court. And then he hits the game-winning shot. He drives into the guts, throws it up, and it just fucking drops in. And you're like, get fucked. There's still like 4 seconds left. So Miami just go. They drive. Davion Mitchell takes it to the cup, and you're like, oh my God, they're going to steal this. And that piece of shit, Miles Bridges, somehow comes out of nowhere, blocks it off the glass. Charlotte win. Awesome game. Now, you might think, geez, Jim, that's awesome, but there's a name you didn't mention in this at all. That would be Connie Nips. Because Con Knipple had an absolute fucking nightmare of a game, I'll tell you that. He got sat for all of the clutch time, all the crunch time minutes. And it was interesting to sort of see what Charlotte were doing, right? There's suddenly Zion James is out there. He's playing a lot. Kobe White's out there at crunch time. Josh Green's barely played. Moose is in and out on sort of offense, defense. The LaMelo goes a bit offense, defense as well, because they did attack him, which was very smart by Miami. And this is the biggest fear, I guess, across a playoff series for Charlotte. Like, they can just fucking attack LaMelo's defense at every moment in time. And I mean, yeah, he can make you pay on the offensive end, but he's not going to do it efficiently. So, but still, awesome win for the Charlotte Hornets. That place was absolutely off its head. It was also shitting its pants at many different points, and that's what makes a great game. The Heat go 16-41 from downtown. For a team that's not like a massive... They're very good when it comes to fast break points in Miami. To shoot 40% basically on 41 attempts is pretty bloody good. Wiggins had a 27-7-3, but in absolutely fantastic Aaron Wiggins style. Went completely MIA when it mattered. It's because Tyler Hero went full hero ball though. 23 points for him, 7 of 18 shooting, 3 of 6 from downtown. Awesome game. Davion Mitchell was so fucking good in this game. I love Davion Mitchell. I did, wager heavily on Davion Mitchell last playoffs, and he came through almost every time. I love him. 28 points on 12 of 24 shooting, 4 of 9 on threes, 6 assists. He's a weapon. And when you got this like sort of island of misfit toys that Miami kind of do have, right? You've got Bam and Hero as these mid-lottery picks, or late lottery picks rather, like mid-first rounders. You've got, a former number 1 pick in Andrew Wiggins, but it's Andrew Wiggins, Davion Mitchell, former lottery pick. You've got Norm Powell just coming out there off the bench, 11 points on 5 of 9 shooting. Had a bit of shit to him, popped off late. They didn't quite get him the ball enough, it felt like. It was a weird one. Jaime Jaquez, 13, 6 and 8 as well. And this is kind of the big thing with Miami. It just really feels a bit, especially with Bam out. Like, Khalil Ware was awesome. 12 points, 19 rebounds. He was massive. The bloke is quite literally huge, but he played really big too. 19 rebounds and 5 blocks, taking the absolute piss, Khalil. Pele Larson, 6 points. He had a great steal in there. He had that was on that LaMelo turnover late. Simone Evandagio did nothing, but this is kind of it. Miami just, it feels, especially since Hero came back and like the Norm Powell thing goes by the side, he's an all-star this year and it just never felt like it fit properly again. So they've got some big decisions. We'll talk about that later. Charlotte, for their point, 18 of 56 on threes. 56! And they only hit 18 of them. Geez, Jim, that's not that great. Yeah, 32%. I'm no math magician, but that's substantially less than 40. So, yeah, not great. LaMelo, awesome game. He's going to pop up again in a second, but 30 points, 10 assists, 5 rebounds. That's good. He also shot 12 of 31 and 2 of 16 from downtown. 2 of 16! Yeesh. That piece of shit, Miles Bridges, 28 and 9. Good on him. that pretty sick block late. He had 3 blocks. He played a really, really good game. As much as I fucking think he's a piece of shit, it was a good game of basketball. Spindles Miller showed a little bit of something. Had a couple of moments where he looked a bit janky, but he was like the only one who could hit a 3 for a big chunk of it. He and Bridges actually both went 5 of 10 from deep. A 23, 5 and 5 for Brandon Spindles Miller. A lot of composure. Really enjoyed that. And Kobe White. Who in their right fucking mind would trade Kobe White for an absolutely nothing? Giving up on Kobe White. Seriously, as soon as Arturas Karnisovas and your man Mark Eversley went to the Reinsdorfs and went, right, we've got this trade we're going to do with we're going to send Kobe White to Charlotte. And they're like, oh, cool. How many firsts are we going to get in return? Well, look, no, we don't do that. We'll get Colin Sexton. The Reinsdorfs should have not only fired both of them at that point, they should have also just beat the shit out of them. Because who the fuck trades Kobe White? He hit some insane shots. 5 of 8 from downtown for him. That massive, massive game tire to send it to overtime was just amazing. I fucking love him. He's got absolutely zero conscience, and why would he? He went 5 of 8 from deep. He was absolutely unreal. A couple of steals, great hair. Kalk Brenner had a big bucket late, had 6 and 5. Zion James was there for a reason, I guess. 3 assists, 3 rebounds, bit of a solid head. Grant Williams played 18 minutes. The 3 that he took late, you're like, well, this is how they fucking lose the game. 1 of 5 from deep for Grant Williams. Jesus. But Connie Nips, absolute nightmare. Worst game of his season in the biggest moment. 2 of 12 from the floor, 0 of 6 from deep. A minus 20 in the 34 minutes that he played in a game they won by 1 point. Fucking hell. That is disastrous. So we'll talk about that again in a second. But boom, the Miami Heat are done. They're out. See you later. Fare thee well and thank fuck, because I said it on yesterday's show in the preview. The most Miami thing would be to beat everybody's beloved Charlotte Hornets. And the Hornets tried their absolute hardest to give this game to the Miami Heat. Miami tried their hardest to be the spoiler. And finally, the good guys got a win. See you, Heat. Because I did not want to see the Heat in the playoffs for a 7-game series get steamrolled. Charlotte will probably still get steamrolled as well, based on what we saw today, if they make it through the 8-seed play-in, but who knows. And then we had Portland Phoenix, just as fun. 114-110. That's a little bit of window dressing at the very end, because it was basically 112-110. Phoenix trying to either win the game or tie it up to send it to overtime in the last possession. The rebound gets tapped out. Jeremy Grant gets the dunk at the very end. But this game fucking rocked. The Suns came out blowing the doors off them. But it ends up 33-31 after the first quarter. I think the Suns started 9 of 11 from the floor. Led 24-17 pretty handily. And then Portland just started hitting shots finally. And away they went. It was really good. There's like a 26-10 run by Portland across the first and second quarters. They're up 12 with like 4.5 minutes left in the second quarter. I think they'd hit 14 of 18 shots in their run as well. You're like, Jesus. They had 10 made threes at this point, and there was 0 from Phoenix. And you're like, are the Suns going to get run out here? What the bloody hell is going on, right? And then the Suns had this 14-5 run to get it close again at the end of the second quarter. And you're like, there you go. Signs of life. 14-5 run. Jalen Green has a 4-point play at the end of the first half. That was huge because basically it was a 3-point game. And this could have been basically easily a double-digit lead. They pull it back. And then in the third quarter, Portland sort of do this thing where they're like, all right, well, we'll keep hitting some shots. What do you reckon? And you're like, that seems like a good idea. Like in terms of things that you should do, hitting shots is a good idea. And they got up pretty handily. And you're like, ooh, what's going to happen here, right? And the way that the Sun, like, you basically had Denny hitting some shots. Tamani Kamara hits a 3. They're back up almost. They got up 11. They got up like just sort of enough in that third quarter. You're like, ooh, I think they might be okay here. And you sort of get towards the end of the third quarter and then boom, I think there's a 3 that's been hit by Phoenix. Colin Gillespie He had just this little moment that really sort of pushed the momentum back towards the Suns. He hits a three. Devin Booker gets fouled. And then suddenly Booker gets going. And you're like, ooh, hang on a second. Royce O'Neal hits a big shot. Iguodaro hits a couple of free throws. You get this big Ryan Dunn layup. And then it's a 1-point game at the end of the third quarter. And you're like, how the fuck did that just happen? And then the Suns rip off this 9-2 run at the start of the fourth. And it's a 21-4 run. As soon as you can look, you're like, what the fuck just happened? And the Suns have completely taken control of the game. They've gone up, 93-83. Portland didn't score for the first 4 minutes of the fourth quarter. They didn't score. It was 83-82 at three-quarter time, and then it's like 93-83. You're like, what the hell, man? And then finally, Denny hits an and one, and Dylan Brooks gets a tech. Unfortunately, Denny has an absolute nightmare at the free throw line, misses both of them, gets fouled the next time, hits two more. That's good. You get this sick dunk from Jalen Green, and then Royce O'Neal hits a big three, bang. You're like, this might be it. The Suns are back up 11. It's 98-87 out of fucking nowhere. They just stopped missing shots. They hit 9 out of 11 shots. They're up 100-89, right? 100-94 after a couple of, a big Giroux three, 4.5 minutes left. Couple of Phoenix turnovers, though, opens the door. Denny hits a three. And you're like, how the fuck did it just get to 100-97? It's a one-possession game again. Suns eke it out again. Sharp has this bad turnover off a Suns miss. Jalen Green hits a huge three. Boom. It's an 8-point game, 105-97. Really, really quickly. Denny gets some more free throws. There's a dead ball offensive foul on Phoenix. It's a real kick in the guts. 3 and a bit minutes to go. And Jeremy Grant hits a huge three. Suddenly it's back to 105-102. Jeremy Grant deletes a Jalen Green shot, whomps into the backboard. Shaedon Sharp calmly knocks down 2 free throws. It's 105-104. 2:20 to go. And it's a 7-0 Portland run. Booker hits some free throws. Grant hits another fucking three, falling over out of the corner. Portland now lead. You're like, what the fuck is going on? It was insane. You get this bullshit foul. Booker hits a couple more free throws. They go back up. Giroux has this bad drive where he's sort of probing. He finally drives and they read the pass to the corner, pick it off. 1 minute to go. Booker plays for the foul and doesn't get it. For some of the calls that we got, some of this officiating down the fucking stretch was horrible. Because half the game they were like, yeah, you're all right, bit of contact, and then fucking you breathe on somebody and it's like a foul. Klingon gets called for a fucking flagrant, basically because he kind of tries to rip Dylan Brooks' head off, but that's fine. It's Dylan Brooks, right? Brooks does eventually foul out in a second, but it was crazy, right? Booker plays for that foul, doesn't get it. Denny goes to the cup. Beautiful little George Gervin finger roll. It drops in. He's screaming at the ref as Phoenix call a timeout. And you're like, Dylan Brooks got a tech foul for clapping on the ground after he got called for a foul. And Denny is going full Draymond and screaming at the ref. His vets just fucking come and grab him, get him off out of there. Portland lead 109-108. 37 seconds left. Amazing up and under baseline pass to, was it Goodwin? Unbelievable one. And you're like, holy shit, and one. But he missed the free throw. So, pretty crazy. 110-109, Phoenix now lead again. Denny just drives through the guts. It's this beautiful, he clears them out. He finally gets Shaedon Sharp to piss off out of his road. He drives and gives it the 1-2 skidoo. Left, right, how you going? The old 1-2 Costa Zoo. And one. Dylan Brooks fouls out with his foul. 110, Portland lead. It's a 15-5 run over the last 4 minutes of the game. Jalen Green had been playing awesomely all game. Lines up the shot, misses. Really great contest. It felt like he was going to drive, throws it all up. Miss. They tap it out. The rebound just goes fucking chaos. Blazers control it. Throw it to Jeremy Grant. Dunk to finish the game. All over. Red Rover. Smoke him if you got him. Absolute territory. Oh man, I just want to punch a durry after that. Jesus. It was crazy. Awesome game. Phoenix couldn't hit shots, and then they did. And when they did, it just fucking went absolute haywire. The Blazers, for their point, they went 17 of 47 from downtown. The Suns go 9 of 25. But they eventually got something to drop, which is pretty big. Jalen Green was massive. He ends up with, 35? 14 of 29 shooting. And 2 of 7 from deep. 5 turnovers, though, which is a bit of a tough one. Devin Booker. We need to have a conversation. There was a big missed three that he had late. We were like, ooh, that should have gone. 0 of 2 from deep for Book. 7 of 17, 22 points, 4 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, 38 minutes. It's one of those ones where you look at this Suns season in totality and go, they overachieved. We all thought they were going to be dog shit. And still somehow Devin Booker doesn't get all the credit as the sort of resident superstar. It was like Dylan Brooks came in and changed the culture. And Devin Booker, you watch this game, you're like, yeah, that's probably why. They got the 35 out of Jalen Green. They probably needed 32 out of Dylan Brooks, and he just didn't quite get there. 8 of 13 at the line, but yeah. Dylan Brooks, for his point, finally hit some fucking shots in the game, and when he did, they absolutely lit up, and that's how they got back into the game. 4 steals, 20 points, 6 of 6 at the line, 2 of 4 from deep. Pretty bloody good. Goodwin, very solid, very handy, 12 and 4. Royce O'Neal hit a big 3. He had 7 points. Iguodala had the 3 and 6 assists, which is pretty crazy. Ryan Dunn hit that one twisty layup. Colin Gillespie sort of changed a bit of momentum. Ends up with 5 points, 4 rebounds, 1 steal, and a block. It was crazy, right? And then Booker sort of came back in and just, I don't know, it all sort of slowed back down. It was very strange. But the bench only went 2 of 6 from 3 for the Suns. And I don't know, 25 3-point attempts. It was a bit low down, wasn't it? Portland, however, Denny was the Ute muster himself. 41, 7, and 12. Take a bow, Denny Avdia. 15 of 22 from the floor, 3 of 8 from 3. How many free throws did he miss in the end? He ends up going 8 of 13, so a bit of a rough one there. 5 turnovers on his 12 assists, couple of blocks. He was absolutely awesome. Giroux was fantastic as well. Such a settler is Giroux Holiday. 21 points, 7 of 18 shooting, 4 of 11 from deep. Kamara was very handy. I mean, he only had the 8 points, but he went 2 of 7 on threes. He had 4 steals, and basically there's a level of comfort that you have when Kamara is dealing with a Devin Booker, right? So Booker is just oh, not this fucking guy again. Scoot wasn't too bad in only his 17 minutes. He had a couple of turnovers a little bit, but he had a great steal, great block in there too. Hit a 3. Klingon had 2 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 blocks. Just a big dude. He is such a load, and it was a bit of a pain in the ass. He got the offensive rebound late that led to... There was a big shot. Was it Shaden who hit it? I can't even remember. But it was very, very good. And basically was the sort of clincher. Aussie Matty T, not bad. Shaden Sharp, 12 points. He was just... You can sort of see it sort of bubbling away with Shaden Sharp getting back into the swing of things after his injury layoff. But that was an awesome win for the Blazers. It showed so much heart where they're up big, they blow the lead. It's so easy then just to roll over, show your belly, but they just kept fucking fighting and fighting and fighting, and it was awesome. Right, NBA Australia approved performer of the night. Who was that, Jim?
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
It's the Ute Muster. Denny. He was absolutely unstoppable. To grab a game like this by the scruff of the neck to drop 41 points, 7 rebounds, and 12 assists is absolutely taking the piss. God, he was good. 15 of 22 from the floor, 3 of 8 from 3, 8 of 13 in the line, but 12 assists, just doing everything. The 2 blocks. I mean, the 3-point shooting still a bit shrug emoji, but god damn, he was good in this game. To be the best player on the floor when Jalen Green is fucking going completely en fuego was pretty awesome. So Denny just managed to sort of shift it back towards Portland, almost on his own back, but he's ably helped by Giroux Holiday, by Shaden Sharp, and Jeremy Grant has got to get an honorable mention here because he ends up with 16 points, goes 4 of 8 from 3, but hits 2 of the biggest fucking threes in this game easily. And goddamn, that's why you keep Jeremy Grant, I guess. Awesome game by him. Awesome game. Honorable mention, Jalen Green, of course, 35 points. Very, very good. Keeps them in it. But the other one's got to go to LaMelo because he's also going to be...
Spud. Spud it is Spud of the night.
The extremely rare NBA Australia approved performer of the night, one of two at least. He's going to split this with Denny. But also, he is the Spud of the night, which he also splits with his mate Connie Nips. But of course, we don't really dog the young fellas, the rookies, with Spud of the night. But it was so egregiously Spud worthy that Connie Nips actually has to put his hand up and go, yeah, that's on me. So LaMelo, absolute Shakespearean drama, basically how he fucks up the game and then wins it off his back and then has to be saved again by Miles Bridges with the block at the end. But an incredible game, right? Like an absolutely absurd game where 30 points on 31 shots. Kobe! Like absolute chaos. 2 of 16 from 3. And a bunch of them late never looked like they're going to fucking hit. Absolutely insane shit. 10 assists, 3 turnovers. Of course, one of those turnovers came at the exact worst fucking moment. Then he compounded it by fouling a 3-point shooter. Again, I present to you LaMelo Ball. As exciting as a basketball player as we have, but also as fucking dumb as a bag of bricks. Like, he's got rocks for brain, that kid, I swear. But I think the most staggering part of the Spud of the night is that Con and LaMelo, so LaMelo goes 2 of 16 from 3, and Connie Nips combines to go 2 of 12 from the floor and 0 of 6 from 3, meaning that the two dudes who made the single most threes in the NBA this year went 2 of 22 from 3 combined. Jesus. And from the field, I mean, you combine them as well. That's what, 14 of 45? Again, I'm no math magician, but that's fucked. Holy shit. There is a couple of spuds for you, Jim. I'll tell you what, it's more spuds than you'll get out at Dunstown. Google it. Yeah, there you go. There your spuds. Who's old mate no mates?
Old mate, no mates. Old mate, no mates.
Oh, shit. LaMelo's running the board. Boom. He's old mate no mates as well. That fucking dog prick act on Bam Adebayo should have had him kicked out of the fucking game. LaMelo, again, fucking rocks for brains. Absolutely insane shit. We also have bonus old mate no mates Amazon. Their feed cut out at the end of that Charlotte Miami game. It's like they ran out of broadcast space. Oh, we used up the prepaid card, Mr. Bezos. What's going on, Amazon? Sort your shit out. Jesus, Dylan Brooks getting a tech for clapping. That is old mate, no mates. That's the ref going, fuck you, Dylan Brooks. Tech. And my absolute favorite, old mate, no mates, because LaMelo's going to win running away dickhead of the week as well. But Bobby Portis came out today and said that Doc Rivers didn't even tell the team that he was stepping down as coach, and he left without saying goodbye. Oh, Lord, that team fucking hated that guy so much. That is such an old mate, no mates. Pantsing of the night. Pantsing of the night. LaMelo and that turnover. I mean, you can't look that. He's running the board here, LaMelo. You can't look that lackadaisical and like get picked off by Pele Larson. That was an absolute pantsing, you fucking dunder-headed dipshit, buck-tooth looking motherfucking idiot. I'll tell you what, Jesus. LaMelo. But then he makes up for it. Well, after he fouls Hero. What a moron. But then hits that insane shot. Good on him. My favorite, though, is Jeremy Grant, I think, deleted that Jalen Green shot. Just whomped it off the backboard. Right at that massively crucial moment. Huge play. And an absolute pantsing. Jalen Green thought it was good. He's like, oh, nope, that's just been taken. He's gone full Liam Neeson on him. And finally, better than Lonzo Ball, Ben Simmons and Bronny James.
Lonzo was the best player in high school. He was the best player in college. You think he'll get to the pros and be like, I made it to the pros, now I can be average. We're coming for everybody.
It's his little brother, LaMelo. That's right. LaMelo's pulled off the never-before-seen run the table of NBA Straya's daily awards. He was better than his older brother because he was awesome. He's also as dumb as shit, but what a fucking game of basketball. Those baskets that he hit late, like the hopping travel that he gets away with, an amazing shot to throw it up and in. Yeah, also had like this scoopy running righty layup that shouldn't have gone in, but it did. And then he hits that shot right at the end, just going into the guts of everything, throws it up, it drops in. That was amazing. And to finish a play-in game with what, a 30-point, 5 rebound, 10 assist, 1 steal, 1 block line is better than his brother ever did. So not bloody bad. Honorable mentions, Kobe White. Awesome game by him. Jaime Jaquez hit a big 3, did a lot of good things. And Shaedon Sharpe, very, very solid. And there you go. So yeah, LaMelo is going to win Dickhead of the Week as well. We give that away on Thursday, Friday, whatever the last show of the week is going to be. But I think we can give it to him now.
Dickhead of the Week.
Tripping someone while they're in the air is so fucking dangerous. And this is so much of my bugbear with LaMelo. The rocks for brains vibe, the driving, like the insane driving that is 100% going to get someone killed. This is like endemic of that, right? Like it's the way that his brain works, that he just reaches out and trips someone who's midair and just takes their foot out from under them. It just shows that lack of compassion, understanding of other people's situations. Like that's the shitty fucking dumb fuck driver vibe as well. That's a lot of his other shit. It was just fucked. Absolute dickhead material, and he should have been tossed. So, yeah, there we go. All right. Is that a bit of a yeah, nah? Kind of. But anyway, more yeah, nahs right after this.
This is Cam Glidden.
This is Anthony Drimmick.
This is Mitch McCarron.
This is Jason Kadee.
This is Darryl McDonald.
Hey guys, this is Hugh Greenwood.
Yo, what's going on? This is Illy.
This is Mark Worthington, or commonly known as Wortho, and you're listening to NBA Australia.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA
and you're
Australia.
listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
And you're listening to NBA Australia.
You're listening to NBA Australia.
Let's do some yeah nahs brought to you by you. That's right. You can help support the show by going to buymeacoffee.com/NBA Australia. We put up the newest Dead Set Legends Club episode yesterday. The top 10 players of all time that are the most fun at every position. So top 10 most fun players at every position all time, according to your mate Jim. So you get access to this. It's basically our Patreon episode, right? So if you want to go and get access to that and the actual archive of all the fun Dead Set Legends Club shows we've done, go check it out. buymeacoffee.com/NBA Australia. It's our Patreon. Basically, buy me a coffee once a month and you get access to all the good stuff. It's right there. So go check it out. Right. Let's do it. Will that Concaniple performance affect Rookie of the Year voting, Jim? Yeah, nah. Well, this is interesting because the Luka Doncic arbitration case about whether or not he can be considered for All-NBA and all that sort of stuff, despite not hitting the 65-game mark, it was like lodged by his agent through the NBA PA, the Players Association, against the NBA, and just like, hey man, look, he went to see his kid being born. So can we just let it slide this time? But because that's all going on, we don't have a ruling yet, which is just unbelievable. You don't have to submit your votes yet, right? Because that's still up in the air. And the NBA could just go, yeah, it's fine, whatever. But of course, it's the NBA, so they're going to just do the dumbest thing possible. But it's also suddenly thrown a bit of a spanner in the wrench, as we say here at NBA Australia, that it probably shouldn't colour voting for Rookie of the Year. But it probably will. Like, there'll be some people go, oh man, what was that Concaniple? Cooper Flag, maybe he never had a game like that. Right? So, whoa, it's going to be a bit of a rough one. It's not fair because it is a regular season award, but by the same token, I still think that's fucking stupid. Oh, it's a regular season award. Why? Well, we should have like Rookie of the Playoffs or something then. What the fuck? Player of the Playoffs. Oh, we have Western and Conference MVPs. Yeah, of the finals. The finals, Western Conference Finals MVP. Cool, great. Anyway, I reckon the entire thing should just go through to the end. Because, like, if Wemby just fucking stomps over everybody in the final, like through the playoffs and gets to the finals, like he beats Jokic and he beats SGA and then fucking boom, he wins the finals. You can't tell me you come out of this season and go, oh, but he wasn't the MVP, it was SGA, you know? I still reckon. But it's a regular season award, so until they change it, whatever. Anyway, Connie Nips, yeah, it's a bit of a tough one, eh? Bit of a tough one. Do the Charlotte Hornets have a chance of beating whoever comes out of whoever loses the 7-8 play-in? Yeah, they do. Because Philly and Orlando are just Philly and Orlando. I don't feel as confident, though. All right? But maybe this is like the punch in the mouth that the Charlotte Hornets kind of needed. You know, the kick in the guts, kick in the pants, just to sort of go, right, fucking concentrate, idiots. And maybe Connie Nips just goes absolutely in fuego himself in the next game and hits 6 of 12 from 3 or something. And they steamroll him. But I don't know. I'm a little bit more concerned than I probably was. This is a young, dumb team, right? They did young, dumb shit. They can work that out. It'll be interesting. Speaking of which, though, Suns. Do you prefer them as the 8 seed versus OKC rather than Suns Spurs? Yeah, nah. Well, we talked this out earlier this week. I think Suns Spurs was going to be kind of, you know, there's a lot more history there. OKC Suns is a little bit, But them in the 8 seed battle versus OKC, I'm actually fine with it because I absolutely fucking love Portland versus San Antonio. Right? So I'm much more about that rocks now that Portland's the 7 seed. They were probably still going to get killed by San Antonio. But suddenly you've got 2 sets of like wing defenses and scoring guards here and there and giant behemoth centers that you're like, fuck, that's actually pretty fun. Whereas the Suns, every time I've watched them this year, it's felt like sleight of hand, right? It's like, we're over here, look at that, well, we're over here, ha, we've won the game. You're like, what the fuck just happened? And they couldn't quite get away with it today against Portland's defense. And I don't know. I feel like Phoenix or the Clippers versus OKC kind of rocks a little bit more because, again, all of those wing dudes, it's going to be kind of fun. Speaking of which, will they beat the Clippers? Yeah, nah. Oh, if the Clippers get by the Warriors, and I assume they will, that's my pick, spoiler alert. They went 2-2 this year. Clippers killed them last time in Phoenix, but Phoenix has had such a weird season. I don't know, it's hard to read into the regular season, and I think that game was in February. I don't know. Bit of a weird one. But I'll tell you, I think they still get steamrolled by OKC regardless. Right? I'm just saying. Jim, is that the end of the line for Miami? Yeah, nah. Are they going to get Giannis is the biggest question here now, I think. And I think you know that Pat Riley is going to go absolutely all out to try and get Giannis. That's what he's going to do. He's called him his white whale, but probably more to the point, his Greek whale. But I feel like they will because I feel like they now have no compunction to not go after Giannis, right? Yes, they lose Bam in this game, but you sort of look at this Miami team and go, so what is you? What is you? And what can they give up to go get Giannis? I don't know, but Milwaukee will be sort of sitting there going, well, we've got all these offers. And I just don't know what those offers are going to be like after such a weird, strange end to Giannis's year. So, I don't know. But I reckon Miami probably my favorite to go and get him. Unless the Knicks flame out in the first round. But yeah, Miami getting Giannis. Unpopular opinion of the day.
Now look at me, please. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
I fucking told you the play-in rocks. So anyone who's been shitting on the play-in, go get fucked. You're a casual if you think why is the 10 seed playing? Because that fucking is pretty fun. Right? There was a very clear line of demarcation of the top 10 teams in both conferences this year. and to have them have a bit of a crack at it, it's fun as shit, right? These games were so much fucking fun. And it's also more of an indictment, really, on how bad the fucking regular season's been this year, where shit, when as soon as it fucking matters, the basketball rocked ass. I'm here for it. So yeah, anyone who's been shitting on the play-on's a fucking casual and frankly a moron. Oh, but Jim, it's like Kenyon Martin. He can't possibly be an NBA casual. He's a former player. Yes, he's a fucking casual. Half these broadcasters, and this is kind of it. Oh, here we go. No. You've got fucking Stephen A. Smith and Shaq and all these dudes who fucking getting paid $1 squillion to talk about basketball, and they don't know who the fuck anyone is. They don't know the sort of systems and the players and what's going on, and it shits me up the wall. And to sort of like take that zoom out, who fucking participation trophy play-in, get fucked. These games were awesome, and it was the exact reasoning behind having a play-in where, yeah, they might not be the best of the best teams out there, but to put them on a nice pedestal, let them have a crack, it's fun as shit. It's competition. That's what we're all here for, right? So, yeah. Outback Takehouse. Uh-oh. It's hump day at Outback, and you know what that means. Yep, we've gone out into the bush, taken down a couple of feral camels, whipped off the humps, and what you do is you just stuff them full of whatever you've got lying around. It's the hump day special. Chickpeas, bit of mint, I don't know, there's some lamb koftas floating around. Throw them all in there, sew it back up, boom. Let it slow cook for a few hours, and that is your hump day special. No one knows what could be in there, and it's bloody beautiful. And it's only at Outback. Today's Flame Girl take is Eric Spoelstra is a play-in merchant. He just does enough to do just to keep his job. He's basically the Bulls, but he's got a couple of LeBron rings, and that means he's got tenure. Without a super-duper star on his team, he's done absolutely fuck all. Jimmy Butler carried him to a finals, right? Otherwise, he's done fucking nothing. So Miami have to go get Giannis, or it's another decade in play-in purgatory for them. Only at Outback. No, I think look, that is a Flame Girl take. I think Spo's a very, very, very good coach. I just think the way that this team has been constructed is fucking strange. And they just can't get out of their own way. But it is very strange that the Heat just keep going into the play-in. Yes, a lot of the time they've actually won their way through to be into the playoffs. And they have gone from an 8 seed to the finals. But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of mediocrity down there in Miami. Oh, they're just saving themselves for the playoffs. You can't save yourself for the playoffs if you don't make it, you know? So here we are. All right, Australian player watch quickly. We actually had two of the Aussies in action today. We had Josh Green early. Played 5 minutes, went 0-1 from the floor. He had 2 fouls and was sat. So yeah, a bit of a rough one. And Aussie Matty T in that game against Phoenix, he had 13 minutes under his belt, 3 points. He went 1 of 1 from downtown, 1 and 2 from the floor. He had a steal and a block as well. Bullshit foul called against him that I wasn't appreciative of. But anyway, so there you go. A couple of the Aussies in action. But as a reminder, we've still got Dyson and Jock up against the Knicks as long as Jock comes back from his ankle injury. You've got Jingles and Rocco up against Denver, but Rocco won't play because he's a two-way. You've obviously got Greeny still with one more game at very least to go in the 8-seed playing game. Tyrese Proctor sitting there hanging out, waiting for round 1 to start up against Toronto with his Cleveland Cavaliers. And Aussie Matty T will be playing in an NBA playoff series against the San Antonio Banderas Spurs, which is very cool. Love that. All right, a bit of Andrew Gay's Great MAMBA Award for Outstanding Achievement in the Field of Excellence.
It's the first annual
Andrew Gay's Great MAMBA.
Outstanding achievement here.
Excellence. Jason Tatum, there was a really fun stat floating around how he's the only player in NBA history to have a 50-point game in a regular season game, a play-in game, an all-star game, a playoff game, and a Game 7. Yeah, that's pretty good. But it sort of popped up, especially I was watching the Denny game. He's dropping 41 in a play-in, and you're like, huh. Who's gone off? And you're like, yeah, Jason Tatum. 50 in a regular season game, play-in game, all-star game, playoff game, and a Game 7. That's pretty bloody good. Pretty good. Right. Should we do a Patty Mills Game Day Baller Game Day Twitter check-in? Yes, we should. All right, let's do it. How is our man Patty with the good hair going? All right. Patrizio. Whoops, that was the wrong button. Patty. Fever Patty. Chasing Final Four in the Basketball Champions League. I love that for him. That's going to be fun as. What is Jock doing? There you go. There's Jock getting his coffee. Putting on some dunks. Playoff or weights. That's good. All right. Happy days. Let's do some game previews for tomorrow. Game previews. Thanks, Inadvertent Bane. Not a problem, Jim. How's it all going? Yeah, not bad. Good size. Remember, all our picks go up on Double. You can find it over there at in our social bios or our show descriptions. Follow the link and away you go. You'll find them all there. It's good times. Very fun. Now, tomorrow we've got the two games. The 7-8 East qualifier playing game, which is Orlando Philly, and then the 9-10 knockout Golden State Clippers game, which is very strange, but it's because the Flyers had a game in Philly today, so here we are. Orlando are 1.5 point underdogs against Philly. I'll check that. That's what it was yesterday. It's now Philly 2.5. So Orlando plus 2.5, Philly minus 2.5. There was some conjecture out there that, sources say that Orlando, bit of turmoil in the locker room. They all hate Jamal Mosley. He's gone no matter what happens. It can obviously go one of two ways. They rally behind whoever the superstar is and they just don't care about what's going on with Jamal Mosley. And they go, fuck it, we're going to win it for us. And they look across the other side of the court and it's a Philadelphia 76ers team that doesn't have Joel Embiid. And they go, right, we can do this, boys. The other side is they go, coach is dead man walking. Fuck this season. We out. And this Magic team has shown us so little heart at big moments this year that you sort of worry that it's just going to be the second one they roll over. I, however, am going to put faith in the Orlando Magic one final time. Give me the Magic plus 2.5 for the sheer weight of talent that they bring to this fight against the Philadelphia Sixers. Sixers, Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, awesome. Love the young backcourt, super fast. At the same time, the Magic do get to throw Jalen Suggs, Anthony Black at them. And then you've got Paul George. Cool. We don't know what Franz Wagner's ankle is like at the moment. But again, you've got Tristan Da Silva. You've got Wendell Carter Jr. and Franz Wagner and Paolo Banchero on that sort of out there on the perimeter for the Magic. I think there's sort of enough size, enough scoring for this Magic team that without Embiid just monstering them for like 30 and 8, it's going to take a massive, massive Paul George game for Philly to get over the hump. They'll pick up a little bit of Kelly Oubre stuff here and there. Adam Boner, his name was Boner, will probably be very, very serviceable. I just don't know if Philly have got quite enough. It's going to be, I reckon, this could be a rollicking game. I'm going to take Orlando plus 2.5. Fly in the face of, look, I think conventional wisdom would have that if it seems like when there's smoke, there's obviously fire in the locker room. They might all fucking hate each other. They might hate the coach. Usually just go, well, I don't want a bar of it. But I find it, that Philly team, just without Embiid, with the appendectomy, it just throws me for a loop. I'll take the plus 2.5 for Orlando, because even if Philly do pull it out, I think it could be a close one. Orlando could also just roll over and Philly kill them. So, yeah, it's a weird one. But I'll take the Magic on the weight of just between Suggs, Bane, Paolo Banchero, maybe Franz, Wendell, Anthony Black and co. They're that little bit deeper. They're a little bit better. The Magic should be the better team. Should be. We're going to find out. And then you got Golden State at the Clippers. Oh, Steph Curry, the extreme zinger meal out there as well. Above average Al Horford. You've got old man Draymond, who reckons he's as good as Wemby. I don't think he is. I think Kawhi Leonard basically boots up tomorrow morning, runs wintheplayingame.exe, goes out there, kicks some ass, takes some names. Because you look at that Warriors team, you're like, oh, so who do they have guarding Kawhi? Is it going to be Draymond? Because I don't know about this. It's going to get pretty squirrely pretty quickly. I expect Kawhi to have a massive game. Just think about that Warriors team. Yeah, you got Gary Payton II, the mitten. But they've got Chris Dunn that they can throw at Steph. Garland is out there as well that they've got to cover. And they've sort of been playing, Pods, Melton, Curry. I just don't know. I just don't know if Golden State's really got the horses. So I'm going to go the Clippers in this one. They're minus 4.5, or at least they were yesterday. It's now 5.5. And I think I'll still take that. I think this might be the one where it gets a little bit sideways. And the Clippers, defensively, between Chris Dunn, Kawhi, and co, I think they've just got a little bit too much going on. So yeah, that's going to be a bit of a weird one. But I reckon it'll still be fun. So there you go. You can find the picks. We'll probably throw up a couple of little same gamers in there as well. So go find the picks over at Dabble. Link in the show description and our social bios. But that's it for today. We'll be back on deck tomorrow to wrap up those two games for you and set you up for Saturday, which is when obviously you'll have the knockout 8 seed games then. And then Sunday is when the playoffs start. So we're going to try to figure out when we're going to do a show. I'm out Friday, Arvo. Got to take the squids up to the folks' place in Boo-Town. So we'll probably try to do a bit of a Friday little preview for the Saturday games. And then on Saturday, I've got a wedding, so I don't know what we're going to do in terms of a Sunday preview, but we do know the Sunday matchup. So what I'm probably going to do is on Friday, set up the 8 seed games on the Saturday, and then also preview all 4 of those playoff games on the Sunday. And then on Sunday night, set you up for the Monday and probably sort of give you a bit more of an idea. So on Friday morning, I think what we'll try to do is have like a, preview series, like basically break down those series, make some picks for the actual series that we know, and then we'll finish those all off on Sunday night as well for you. So, yeah, a lot going on. It's a very busy weekend somehow. Got a big wedding. It's going to be crazy, so it's going to be very fun. But either way, we'll be back on deck tomorrow to wrap up those games for you. So make sure you're following NBA Straya on Twitter, Facey, IG, TikTok, and YouTube, of course. Get around Footy Unfilterated. If you love your AFL, it's myself and my buddy Jez talking all things footy, just in the exact same way you might expect from NBA Straya. No bullshit, just straight down the barrel footy. I love footy. Love talking it out as well for the first time in a year and a bit. So it's very good. Jim does Supercoach. Got the AFL Supercoach show as well this week, so go check that out. NBA Supercoach, I released the wrap-up season wrap show, which is very fun. All the problems that they've, we've got to look at for next year, but still, it's all happening there. So follow all of the shows, NFL Australia as well. Rate, review, star, subscribe across all of your podcast apps, on YouTube as well. Jump in the comments. Go follow them all on YouTube. They've all, like, Footy Unfiltered's got its channel. Jim does Supercoach has now got a channel where it's all the AFL ones. And so, yeah. And obviously NBA Australia, NFL Australia. Help a brother out. Just make sure you're out there. Speaking of helping a brother out, buymeacoffee.com/NBA Australia. You get to be part of the Dead Set Legends Club. You too can be a Dead Set Legend. Just go sign up. You get all the exclusive content. Boom. Away you go. It's cheap as chips. Especially in this the cost of living crisis. Bloody hell. Mate, Jim, can't afford these coffees. So anyway, big thanks to from Oslo for the intro and outro song. Go check out House Hats, Joshua De Laurentiis, Fascinator, Gold Mines, Ramshackle Army, Iowa, Sextra, Green, and Dozers. They're behind all the tunes you hear throughout the show. So smash them all on your music streaming platform of choice. And that's it. Nothing at the end of this one. I'm going to get out of here and go look after the squid. So we'll catch you tomorrow, you dickheads. Look out. This is NBA Australia saying look after yourselves. And later, hosen.